Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. I am so excited to be kicking off my 2023 rolling style project pan. I'm going to be doing this in a very similar fashion to last year's project where I'm working on 10 focus products in a rolling style project. So I'll have 10 products that I'm working on with various usage goals. Some I want to use up completely in a traditional pan style. Some I'm going to have some usage goals on, and other items I'm going to want to hit pan on or use a certain amount of product in. I just really need to have that balance to keep myself motivated, to keep things fresh in the project as well, and to feel like I'm making progress on my entire collection instead of hyper focusing on just using up a select few items. So I'm always going to be working on 10 products in this project, which means that whenever I do hit a goal, we're going to roll something new in its place, whether it be a usage or a completion goal, whatever the case may be. There's always going to be 10 products that I am focusing on. I'm going to be updating this project on a month-by-month basis, probably somewhere around the 5th of every single month. And something that I'm going to be bringing back from last year's project is I will be sharing with you the number of times I wore products, and I'll be keeping tabs on tracking the number of uses month by month on each of these products as well. So I am so excited to be starting anew. I am kicking it off with a fresh set of brand new products. I decided I didn't want to carry anything over from last year, even though there's an item that I probably should. I didn't hit my goal on my Essence Satin Touch blush, but I think I'm gonna hold off on rolling that in until I have reached a goal on a product or two. But let's just hop right on into all 10 that I'm gonna be focusing on. And let's start it off with the primer. This was in my 2023 plan to pan, and this is the Too Faced Hangover X primer. This is going to take me a long time to work through. I have gone through one of these in the past. This was a repurchase for me. I repurchased this probably in 2019, I believe. So I've had it lingering for a long time, and it is due time to use it up. So it's gonna take me a long time. I imagine this is gonna be probably in the project for the entirety of the year, if not very close to that. I'm gonna try to work my way through it a little bit faster than that, but I don't want to force myself to use this every single day if my skin isn't in need of something more hydrating like this offers. I did previously have this in a project pan where I made some decent progress, and I have some markings on here, but I think I'm gonna actually erase them. Just use a little bit of alcohol and a cotton pad to take them off, and then kind of reset so we're ready for a fresh new project. But as it stands, I am at this point in the product. So there is a little bit of progress that has been made, but still quite a substantial amount of product remaining, especially considering there's probably some at the top here as well. But yeah, that is the starting point for this project pan. And yeah, it's gonna be something that I'm working on for a while. This next product was not only on my products to pan list in 2022, but it is a carryover for 2023, and so we're gonna make it happen. It is my number 7 Moisture Drench Lipstick in the shade Spiced Latte. This is a beautiful warm toned lipstick. It has this kind of balmy sort of texture to it. I cannot wait to reach for this very often. So we're gonna use it up. There really is not much that is in here that's visible, at least, so you can see. Not much above the bullet. However, in a couple months' time, once it gets down to that part where there's the plastic kind of inner portion, I'm going to actually decant this likely and put it into a pan so I can use it as a cream blush and as a kind of tinted lip balm at that time. So this is something that will be in the project for several months, I believe. I have no idea what I'm getting into once I dig into it at a later point in time. But for now, I imagine it to be maybe 4 months necessary to get this used up. It won't be an every single day lipstick for me. It's something that I'll reach for very frequently. But with this type of color, I would rather wear it with like warm tone looks, maybe more neutral looks, and so I don't want to commit myself to using this every day. I would get so bored of using a lipstick every single day. But yeah, I imagine several months of consistent progress will allow me to use this up, and I cannot wait to keep working on this lipstick. It is such a beautiful formula and color. And in tandem with that, very often, I'm sure I'll end up just pairing this lip gloss right here. This is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Praline. It is a very warm toned, almost reddish kind of colored lip gloss. It's just a swatch of it right there. And I feel like these would pair incredibly well together, especially right now in the kind of dead of winter. I think that these are beautiful kind of formulas and colors to wear for this time of year. And I'm really excited to do that. There is a little bit of progress that I've made on this NYX Butter Gloss, but these take incredibly long to use up. So that's why I want to start off the year strong and make some serious progress on it here at the top of the year in the hopes that I can roll it out and roll another lip gloss into this project sooner than later. But this is something that I'm very motivated to use up. It is my oldest lip gloss, even though I only got it in 2021, I believe. So it's time to work my way through it. And I want to try to use up as many lip glosses this year as I did last year, which was 5 total lip glosses. And I don't know if that's going to be doable considering the amount of progress on the remainder of my lip gloss collection. Everything is relatively full, but this is the most used out of the bunch. So here it is. You can see there's a little bit of a window happening in the middle. And one last lip product that I'm going to kick off this project with is a lip liner. So I've created kind of like a little lip wardrobe that I can wear together or independent of one another. And I think that this lip product is going to go very well with the combination of the lipstick and gloss that I've selected. This is the Melt Cosmetics All Day Everyday Ultra Matte Lip Liner in the shade Cinder. This is kind of like a muted coral kind of peachy tone. It is really pretty, and I think that it would go incredibly well with the other products that I've selected, or it goes really well with a variety of different lipsticks within my collection, lip glosses within my collection, so I can get a lot of good use out of this. However, as you can see, it is a massive pencil, so I'm gonna be realistic with myself. There's no way in heck that I'll be able to finish this in a year. I would get so burnt out, so exhausted. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm going to use up half of what is here. So what I'm gonna do is I'll measure it in my notebook and I'll share with you what the marking looks like. And then I'll measure how much remains from this point here to halfway up to the top of the pencil, and that will be my goal line. It's gonna take me many months to be able to use up half of what is here. I am very slow moving when it comes to using up lip liners, but I want to ensure that I'm using the lip liners that I do have. So I'm gonna make a huge dent in this one, and it's gonna take me a few months, but this is the kind of color that I think can take me into the springtime, no problem. It's overall something that I am excited to reach for. I have used a substantial amount of this already, although it doesn't look very well used. It is probably the most used lip liner in my current lip liner collection, and that's because it pairs with so many different things very well. So yeah, my goal is to use up half of this. I decided I'm gonna kick off this project with a gimme product. It's something that will not take me very long to use up, but I am really looking forward to using it up, and that will keep things fresh in this project. It'll allow me to roll something new into this project a little bit sooner, a little bit quicker, and it gets my numbers down in my inventory regardless. So I'm gonna roll in this little sample from Mob Beauty. This is the M55 lipstick sample. I want to use this up because I never use up my samples ever. It's just a category that I've kind of let grow a little bit more in my collection in the last year or so. And because this is just in a paper sleeve, so you can see that the sample kind of pot is in there. But because it's a lipstick, this is not air safe. This is not something, or airtight rather, this is not something that is going to protect this lipstick. So I want to use it up so that I don't let it just simply go bad, and that way I will have an empty pretty early on in the project. So this says that it contains only 0.1 grams of lipstick, and it's a perfect kind of berry shade for this time of year. It's something that I think I can work through in a matter of this first month of the project, so I can roll something new in its place. I'm gonna swatch it for the first time today, and it is a gorgeous plummy color. Here is what it looks like. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be wearable. I might even end up wearing it as a cream blush just to kind of make some moves on it even sooner, to make some serious progress. But yeah, I'm excited to use that. I know that it's a gimme product, I'm well aware, But it's important that you create a little bit of a balance through your project pan to ensure that you do stay motivated and you do see those successes, whether they're small or large. I decided to set myself a usage goal on a cream eyeshadow that oftentimes gets neglected. It's something that I lusted after for so long, and it is the Auric Smoke Reflect Cream and Powder Eyeshadow Duo in the shade Entice. I want to get use out of the actual cream shadow component of this, and as a byproduct, I'm sure I'll end up using the powder oftentimes as well. But this is what the shade Entice looks like. It is so beautiful, but you'll see I don't have very good progress on it whatsoever. I'm not going to set myself a massive goal because I do want to rotate this out eventually, but I want to use it 10 times in this project. That might take me 1, 2, 3 months to do so, and I'm totally okay with that. I'm really excited to integrate this into looks, whether it be as an eyeshadow base or using this, maybe trying to use it as an eyeliner. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna feel good knowing that in the first few months of this year, I used this 10 times as opposed to just letting it sit in my collection unused, unloved, enjoyed. So that is what it looks like. As you can see, it's almost like a neutral green. That's what I love about greens, is that they can look very wearable and very like daytime and professionally appropriate. They can kind of be transformative like that. So that is what Auric Entice looks like. Now, to round things up, I have put in something that is going to be super, super challenging. Like, I'm not even gonna set a goal on this one because realistically, the only goal that I could set is to use it up, and I don't know if that is freaking possible, but I have here my Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow Duo. I have had this bad boy since October 2018. I put a little sticker on the back so I don't forget. October 2018. So October of this year means that we've been together for 5 years, and this does not look like I have had it for 5 years. There is pan in both of the products here, but I want it to look a heck of a lot more loved, and I know that I can do that. I have been reaching for it every once in a while for the month of November and December because these are really good tones on my complexion at this time of year, but I don't know how much progress I will be able to make over the summertime, given that I always do get a little bit of a tan, and this is definitely catered to more light and fair skin tones. So I want to make some serious progress on it. This is probably something that once I find myself no longer compelled to reach for it, I'll just roll it out of the project. But let's loosely say that the goal is to use it up. However, that doesn't seem attainable in any capacity. Perhaps I could use up the bronzer, given that I do have a bit more progress on it and I do use it in a larger quantity. But the highlighter, it doesn't really seem like something that I'll be able to make serious progress on. I have worn the highlighter recently and felt like it's just not my preferences. This tone is too pearly, too bright, and so I don't know, I'll just use it as probably an inner corner highlight. Maybe every once in a while I'll use it to kind of diffuse my cheek products together, but realistically, I don't know. Maybe I don't have the right brush for it. Maybe that's what it is, because in the swatch it does look a lot softer than it seems to go on my face. And then the bronzer is more of a cool tone bronzer right there. And it's very, very pale, so it is buildable. It's something that I can wear with other bronzers underneath. It's something that I can wear on my eyes. I can wear it very, very frequently. So I think the bronzer shouldn't be any sort of issue to make progress on, but the highlighter is going to be a challenge. And so I'm going to consider these as one product. However, I do want to keep metrics and track my usage on both of these products so that I know how much I'm reaching for them, so that I can use the actual like quantifiable number to understand how much I'm reaching for this and how much progress I am making based on that metric. So I will be tracking my uses on this. I don't technically have an end goal with it, but I'm just gonna use it until I no longer feel compelled to use it. I would love to eventually see these two pans completely emptied, but I just don't know if that is attainable for me at this time. So let's talk about the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I adore this product so much. You know, you've heard me talk about it many a times on my channel. I've gone through 2 of these in the past, and I will be going through this one as well. The expiration date on this is in July of 2023. So I am definitely motivated to use it up before that date to ensure that the sunscreen in it is at its prime. I'm gonna use this up most definitely before July. The shade Buttercream that I have is like perfect for me right now. It's what I'm wearing today, mixed with a primer, but it's just perfect for me because it offers this tiny little bit of color correction uniformity across the skin, but it looks like skin and the color is perfection right now. So I'm gonna be using this very, very often. I don't necessarily think I want to use it as my standalone base product, but I love it so much that that might end up being the case as I try to work my way through it. And then I want to finish up this product right here. This is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Moonlight. I believe I have just shy of half of this remaining, but it is so impossible to really track. I think there's a line of demarcation right there, if I'm not mistaken. I've had it standing up for a couple days, and that kind of seems to be where it's settling. I have held on to it for far too long. It is most definitely past its period after opening kind of expiration date, but it seems to perform just fine. There's a lot of product remaining in here, so it's gonna take me a long time. I might end up trying to mix it with that Too Faced Hangover Primer. I might try to mix it with the Complexion Rescue, but as you can see, it is just a big old blingy highlighting mess. I'm going to work my way through this very slowly, I believe, because you do not need very much product whatsoever to get this kind of result. It goes so far and it is so glowy. So yeah, it's something that I'm going to try my best to multi-purpose as much as possible, but I don't want to be going around the world looking like I have metallic skin either. I like something a little bit more subdued than that on my skin. But I want to use this up because although it's tiny and although I've had it for years, it's still in really great condition and I cannot seem to make myself part with it, so I gotta use it up. And then lastly, product number 10 is an item that I'm setting a usage goal for because it would be impossible to use this up. Like, there is no world where I could finish this product, considering that I've had it since June of 2019. And I don't really feel like I've made any sort of visible progress on it, even though I use it on a weekly basis. And that is my Milk Makeup Bronzer. This is the matte bronzer in the shade Baked. I use this very frequently. I'm wearing this bronzer today just on like the kind of back part of my cheekbones and up on my hairline. And I freaking adore it. I think this is such a beautiful product. It is something that I wish there were more shades in, and there's no reason for it to be this massive of a product, which I don't think that they're doing this size anymore. But because it's a part of my collection and it is such a core part of my collection, I want to get some really great use out of it this year. So I'm setting myself a usage goal of 100 uses. I may increase that. I may end up deciding to increase that. But as that stands, that would be 2 times a week in order to get some really good progress on that. And I think that would be just fine. I just took a pause and ran around my house to try to find my kitchen scale, and I can't find it right now, but ideally I'll find it before I put up this video so that I can put the weight of this product so we can kind of monitor it that way, because realistically, there is no way that I can show you month to month visual progress on this product. I have twisted it all the way down as best as possible, but the component that this has is very faulty. Just like I can't twist this up to twist it back down, I can't really even twist it down to see how much I've actually utilized out of the product. So I think this is the bottom of it, but I really don't know. So this is what we're starting with today. It is flush with the packaging, but there is a ton of product inside of here. This started off with 28 grams of product, and I really don't think that I've used very much of it whatsoever, even though it is a consistent part of my routine over the few years that I have already had it. So yeah, 100 uses is my kind of starting off goal with this. I may choose to actually increase that because this is something that I've now had in my life for approaching 4 years, and it is a cream product, and while it's working well now, it could easily end up turning on me, and I want to get some really great use out of it before that ends up being the case. And that is the 10th and final product that I am working on to kick off this project pan. I feel really excited. Looking at the swatches of all of these products, I feel really excited to delve into everything that I have here. I am so excited to kick off 2023 project panning. If you're gonna be panning in 2023, please let me know so I can check out your project introductions, whether that be here on YouTube or over on Instagram. I am so excited for panning, and yeah, I wanna definitely cheer everyone on where possible. So please let me know if you're going to be working on any sort of projects for 2023. But yeah, that is everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.